In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Rise to give all praise due to Allah. And I give honor to His holy and illustrious Prophet, Noble Jew Ali, founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America in 1913 AD, for the purpose of uplifting full humanity by teaching the fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nations of North America how to learn to love instead of hate. Teach us of our higher self and lower self. Teach us those things that make us better citizens. Better sons and better daughters, better husbands and better wives, better brothers and better sisters. I give honors to all people doing their part and being part and parcel of all uplifting acts for the sake of fallen humanity. I give honors to the Supreme Grand Advisors, Chiefs, and Moderators of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Brother E. Maley-Hill, Brother C. Kirkman Bey, Brother F. Nelson Bey, and Brother J. Blakely Bey, along with the former Grand Sheikh and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Brother R. Love-El, and the current Brother R. Jones Bey. I give honors to the National Grand Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Sister S. Russell Dunbar Bey, along with her assistant, Brother B. Bell Bey. And honors to the current Grand Sheikh and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Brother R. Jones Bey, along with his assistant, Brother P. Chase-El. I give honors to the Grand Governor of New York, Brother K. Williams-El, as well as the Grand Governor of the State of Philadelphia, Brother S. Bannister Bey. I believe, no, I take that back. Actually, I do give him honors. That's the chairman. I give honors to the Grand Governor, Brother J. Crummy Bey. That's what? Oh, praise Allah, yeah. Give honors to the Grand Sheikh of Temple number 11, Brother A. Hopkins Bey. And, of course, the Grand Sheikh of Temple 21 and 34, respectively, Brother M. Rose Bey and Brother W. Clendenin Bey, because my man honors man, he honors Allah. And that being said, I give honors to where honors is due, and of course to each and every one of you. Come today is Friday, the holy day, 21st of November, because, well, besides the fact that we're Moorish American, we want to learn these things that effectuate the actions of Moorish Americans. So, the last time I spoke, I was attempting to give a clear conception of how Moorish Americans, because in the Quran questions for Moorish Americans, it asks us why we're Moorish Americans, but the how is usually taught within the temple by attending, because the science is the method of acquiring knowledge, and when you use a scientific method, the method is most plainly explained is how. So, you see, the reason we need to know how after the why is because men need a pattern for their lives. They love to follow and not to lead.
That's right.
And the Holy Prophet, Noble Jew Ali, a lot of us, we claim to follow the Prophet. And that's the humility in man. Because when you do what the Prophet actually tells you to do, you look to your left and you look to your right, and you don't just see your prophet, you see all the prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. And when you walk with the prophet, you start getting certain, what we call perks, or what we used to say when we was in the church, blessings. Certain, well, because it's the Moorish Science Temple of America, we can explain it as the ethos changing, because the ethos within ourselves changing. As we change, we start to manipulate.
That's right.
Now, as we manipulate ourselves, we manipulate the universe, because we know that we are the universe, simply vibrating not so fast. So I'd like to take a reading from the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble Prophet Jew Ali, by the guiding of his Father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen stage of humanity, back to the highest plane of life for his Father God Allah. It says, know thyself in Allah, the genealogy of Jesus, life and works of Jesus in India, Europe, and Africa, and the land of Egypt. And in chapter 4, the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, death and burial of Elizabeth, Athena's lessons, the ministry of death, we learn of Jesus' cousin, John, who brought in the temple 18 years in order to fulfill his manifest destiny. He had to learn how to do what he was born to do. Just being born to do it doesn't qualify you for your position.
That's right.
Noble Ali didn't wake up one day and say, hey guys, did you know I'm the prophet? I ain't tell you last year because he went through stages, steps, and degrees. And the beautiful thing about the Holy Quran, the Moorish Sign Symbol of America, is that he tells you about his life in not so many words. About 64 pages worth of literature, 48 chapters. You do the diligence, you could read about his whole life in a day and simultaneously learn about the timeless history of our people and our existence. Well, really, that's just the first chapter. Everything after that is more like an elaboration upon it. Or not an elaboration, an expounding, an elaborate expounding on all the topics that are found in the first chapter. So when we go into chapter 4, it starts off in instruction 1, which is found on page 8. Let's start with reading the chapter. When John was 12 years old, his mother died. And neighbors laid her body in the tomb among her kindred in the Hebron burying ground near the Zacharias' tomb. And John was deeply grieved. He wept. Matheno said, it is not well to weep because of death. Death is no enemy of man.
That's right.
It is a friend who, when the work of life is done, just cuts the cord that binds the human boat to earth, that it may sail on smoother seas. No language can describe a mother's worth, and yours was tried and true. But she was not called hence until her tasks were done. The cause of death are always for the best, for we are solving problems there as well as here. And one is sure to find himself where he can solve his problems best.
That's right.
And when we read the 5th instruction, in the second part of the sentence, it says, for we are solving problems there as well as here. Then the semicolon, which grammatically speaking is oh, by the way, this is important. And then, one is sure to find himself where he can solve his problems best. Now, I can't say that I know any of you personally, so I don't know what it is that y'all had to do today, tonight, this evening. But rest assured that there are no strange happenings.
That's right.
That law governs all events. That there's not one thing on this planet, in all 57,255,000 square miles of land, in all 139,685,000 square miles of water, in all of the universe, there's not one thing that occurs without a law's permission, without his full knowledge, without him giving his stamp of approval and saying, that there I will allow. And so, for the people to be assembled here this evening, everyone should be rest assured knowing that you ain't got nowhere better to be right now. You ain't got, look. Now, I want to skip to instruction 8, where it says, now this is, the prophet is specifically speaking to Moorish Americans in every single instruction in every chapter, which is why they're instructions. And in instruction 8, it says, a crisis. Moorish Americans, Asiatics in North America, a crisis in your life has come. And you must have a clear conception of the work that you are called to do. The sister was up there speaking about extensive work with women who are pregnant. And those of us who know the science of the number 9, know the science of being born, bringing to existence and making things manifest in the plane of things made manifest, which is the flesh. And knowing that a prophet is the thought of the Lord manifesting in the flesh. And knowing that an angel is the thought of the Lord manifesting in human flesh. And knowing that all men and women are born from, well, starting at conception and ending at birth. That the conception or the actual start of the manifest, or the start of the realization of the manifest, or to realize, the sister said that if you got this knowledge and you sitting on it, what you do? The brother said that if you got this knowledge and you ain't doing nothing with it, and so a clear conception. And guess what? The sages of the ages call you a harbinger. The prophets look to you and say, he is Elijah, come again. The prophet Elijah had, I think he was more patient than me. Prophet Elijah was constantly telling his people the word of Almighty God Allah, Elohim. You know, in his native language when he would speak to his people, and his people would not bear him witness, pay him attention. You know, he would lose his cool. He would lose his he would ask himself, yo, why am I doing this? Am I still doing this? You know, he'd be done preaching all day, and people like, they not listening to him, and he'd go, and he'd be like, man, yo, I'm so tired of these people, man, you know, and they go out the next day and just do it, you know, because a Muslim won't submit to the will of Allah, and when the will of man and the will of Allah are one, the resurrection is a fact. And the point of the Moorish Science Temple of America is to resurrect the so-called Negro of North America by bringing life into his dead mindset. That's right. And I just want to read from instruction 11 through 24 so that we can know just how to be Moorish Americans in this day and time. It says, this readiness is purity of heart. None but the pure in heart can recognize the king. To teach men to be pure in heart, you must yourself be pure in heart and word and deed. Instruction 14 reads, men need a pattern for their lives. They love to follow, not to lead. The man who stands upon the corners of the path that points the way but does not go is just a pointer. And a block of wood can do the same. The teacher treads the way. On every span of ground, he leaves his footprints clearly cut, which all can see and be assured that he, their master, went that way. See, men comprehend the inner life by what they see and do. They come to Allah through ceremonies and forms. And so when they would make men know that sins are washed away by purity in life, a rite symbolic may be introduced. Then water wash the bodies of the people who would turn away from sin and strive for purity in life. This rite of cleansing is a preparation rite, and they who thus are cleansed comprise the temple of purity. And they who thus are cleansed comprise the temple of purity. And you shall say, you men of Israel, here, reform and wash, become the sons of purity, and you shall be forgiven. Now we know that, pardon me, we know that white means purity, and purity means God, and God means purity, God means ruler of the land. And we know that the temple of purity is the temple of God. So when we read here, become the sons of purity, and you shall be forgiven. This rite of cleansing in this temple are but symbolic of the soul, which does not come with outward show, but is the temple within. Now, you may never point the way and tell the multitudes to do what you have never done, but you must go before and show the way. Brothers and sisters, I want to assure you, I will never, ever tell y'all to go out there driving without a license, and I ain't doing it myself. I ain't about to tell y'all to go out there and teach people that they not Negroes, blacks, and colors unless I'm out there doing it myself. I'm not going to tell y'all that y'all should be wearing y'all feathers and that y'all should be wearing y'all pins and y'all should be, I'm not going to tell you what not to do if I'm over there doing it, and I'm not going to tell you what to do if I'm not doing it, because Moorish Americans are about that life.
That's right.
See, we not talking about that life. We not rapping about that life. We not about something else. And then around Friday, 4:30, we calling up Sharif, and then we calling up A-Sean like, yeah, Sean, yo, word up. doing all that extra stuff and then come here and throw a tinsel polished coat on ourselves and like, yeah, so we rise and give praise to Allah. And nah, it's not that kind of party. We about that life. We about that suit 5 times a day life. I mean, you know the brother, I don't know if he's doing all the kung fu in his suit, but for those of us who, you know, professionals in kung fu, yeah, we about that life. We out there talking and we telling the people and we teaching the people something. What did you learn? Why are you at a temple, which is an institution of learning, and you didn't learn nothing when you went to that temple? What are you doing on Friday around 7:30? You watching Wheel of Fortune? You trying to figure out what letter you need? I'll tell you what letter you need. Hey, who made you?
Allah.
Who's that?
Allah is Father of the universe.
Oh, word? Can we see him?
No, only in the heart.
Oh, I can meet him where?
Only in the heart.
In the heart. Well, Moorish Americans are known for having heart. Moorish Americans are known for having a law. Have you ever heard of a Moorish American getting hosed down? Have you ever heard of a Moorish American getting dog sicked on them? Have you ever heard of a Moorish American being unarmed and shot? Have you ever heard of a Moorish American getting kidnapped at all?
No.
When was the last time you heard of something negative happening to a Moorish American? Right. So I just want to, I know I'm running out of time, but I just want to read from the prophet, because the prophet's words are Allah's words. And I just wanted to talk about what all Moors and what kind of Moors that are being made here at study group number 11 under the tutelage of Brother S.N.E.L. Bey, under the tutelage of Brother A. Hopkins Bey, and under the tutelage of Brother W. Quindina Bey. So here in the Moorish literature, right? Which is compiled by the Moorish Science Center of America, Inc. There are many pieces of literature that the Prophet put together to explain the organization and the movement. And I think I'm going to start on page 7 of the Moorish literature, where it says, so I, the prophet, am hereby calling aloud with a divine plea to all true American citizens to help me to remove this great sin which has been committed and is being practiced by my people in the United States of America, because they know it is not the true and divine way, and without understanding, they have fallen from the true light into utter darkness of sin. And there is not a nation on earth today that will recognize them socially, religiously, politically, or economically, etc., in their present condition of their endeavorment, in which they themselves try to force upon a civilized world.
That's right.
They will not refrain from their sinful ways of action, and their deeds have brought Jim Crowism, segregation, and everything that brings harm to human beings on earth. And they fought the Southerner for all these great misuses, but I have traveled in the South and have examined conditions there. And it is the worst of my people continuously practicing the things which bring dishonor, disgrace, and disrespect to any nation that lives the life. And I am hereby calling on all true American citizens for moral support and finance to help me in my great missionary work, to bring my people out of darkness into marvelous light. Although you guys are already doing this. If you have If you have race pride and love your race, join the Moorish Science Temple of America and become a part of this divine movement. Then you will have power to redeem your race, because you will know who you are and your forefathers were, because where there is unity, there is strength. Together we stand, divided we fall. Come, good people, because I, the prophet, sent to redeem this nation from mental slavery which you have now, need every one of you who think that your condition can be better. Brother, what you was just saying about belief and believing what we can't do. But you think that your conditions can be better, which is why you're here tonight. You think that your conditions can be better. And you think Brother Sharif thinks that his conditions could be better. And this is a field open to strong men and women to uplift the nation and take your place in the affairs of men and women. Because I don't think a whole bunch of men are trying to be doulas. I'm just saying strong men and women. So, with that being said, I want the Moors to take into consideration that being a Moorish American isn't about what you say you do or how you say you do it. But being a Moorish American is about being that example, the way John was the example and is the example, the way Jesus was the example and is the example, and the way the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali. See, we don't have too many pictures of the Prophet, but I brought this picture of the Prophet where he's dressed in a three-piece suit. See, before I'd seen a picture of the Prophet in a three-piece suit, I used to wear jeans with my pants sagging. I used to have about 21 beads, about 1 or 2 flags, depending on my mood that day. Nobody's going to tell me nothing anyway. That was my mentality, walking outside every day. I can't wait to get in trouble. Why not? Do I have anything better to do? Bad decisions. And the Prophet is in this picture with a fez on his square, in a three-piece suit, and his hand on a book. And I want to thank the Prophet Noble Drew Ali for getting me in the fez, a three-piece suit, and a young brother who got talked into putting his hand on the book. Peace.
Peace.